Now that's an intro.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it started, I thought we were going to get the Warriors of Lore.
That was a pleasant. So I didn't even know that was coming.
Now, who did that?
Matt made the music. I edited the intro.
That's awesome, man. That looks really good. Kudos to you both.
I grabbed it like a screenshot, like a nice little shot where everybody's smiling and it looked like JB was paying attention. And he's not now because he's even on the screen.
I'm laughing. Can you tell? I'm laughing.
We're done, Darth. How's everyone doing this week?
I am functional. I cannot complain.
Yeah, I'm barely functional. I got lots of complaints, but nobody cares. Anybody get anything good this week, or?
Well, I got those guys, and then I got that guy, and then I got that guy, Banshee and Adam Warlock. And then I got the skeleton fork. Oh, hold on just a second.
I see you got one of them out of the box.
Yeah, and then I got this.
Down at Triangle Rock.
You know when this was supposed to be released? I ordered this through my distributor. June of last year. June of last year. It barely came in this Wednesday.
Did Mythic
Right
Legions?
on time, guys.
Did Mythic Legions make it?
What's that?
Is it Mythic Legions? the delay?
No. Yeah. But yeah, man, these skeletons. Man, look at that. Look at that. It looks really, really good.
They're Necronomicus wave, like the stuff that we've been waiting like over 2 years for these, and it took them over 2 years to produce those things.
Well, this guy, he had it for $125, this 4-pack, and it said make offer. So I messaged him. I got it for $75.
Who makes the Fraggle Rock Boss Fight?
Oh, Boss Fight.
Yeah, they were slow in production, a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. So I mean, 11 months it finally came in, but thank God. One of the
things I got to show off, or I finally got, was their
what's that? Ooh,
Boss Fight Studios Red Sonja.
Nice.
Super long wait for this thing.
Yeah.
Darth,
so long I canceled my pre-order.
Are you referring to the dog? If it's Darth. It's Boss Fight Studios.
Yeah.
For the Fraggle Rock stuff.
Don't even have her out of the box, but I will say she really needs shading. There's no paint on that body. It's just bare plastic.
Wow. I have the Loose Collector Red Sonja.
I got the Loose Collector one too. And
I like that one. I got that, Lady Death, and Vampirella.
My only complaint with the Loose Collector one, she only came with one head sculpt, or one face.
Yeah.
Face. This one you get like a stern anger expression, just a neutral expression, then a yelling battle face.
Darth, it took 11 months to get
2 years in development of this thing.
Yeah.
It's got really replaceable gear, battle armor stuff, and pauldrons. And
is not to make it go this way, but the her outfit is completely removable, right?
Yes. Actually, one of the regulars on the Discord, he actually took his apart and airbrushed like the shading in the muscles and stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure to airbrush the nipples.
He airbrushed the shading in the muscles.
Give her a little fire bush.
Fire crotch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Something for Moses to talk to.
Shading the muscles was the last thing he did. The first thing he did was the bits and pieces.
TGIF.
Oh my God.
I think it's
chocolate starfish.
Chocolate starfish. We can't hear you, Sid.
Oh.
There we go.
That scene from Suicide Squad. Chocolate starfish.
Yep. I think Hershey is making those for Valentine's Day, right?
I think so.
I did get another one of my Aerobots in.
Oh, nice.
I had these on pre-order at Entertainment Earth and ended up canceling Entertainment Earth because they raised all their prices on their pre-orders. Disney
On
pre-orders.
stuff that wasn't even affected by tariffs.
Yes, that. Transformers are not affected.
I forgot. I stopped at Target this morning, and I got all 4 of these guys.
Oh,
Nice.
Phantasm.
There we go.
I want the Phantasm.
I
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it was
wanted,
coming out.
I wanted the Bruce Wayne, so that's why I was just like, you know what? I mean, the only one I really didn't care for was Bane, but I was like, well, to get Bruce Wayne, I might as well buy all 4. So, and then there you go.
But what's funny is this wouldn't even have been at Entertainment Earth until probably late next month. It was in stock, ready to ship on Amazon, so I just switched to that. And I got all my pre-orders canceled off at Entertainment Earth because stuff that's not even affected, and they would raise the prices on.
Oh, and a friend of the customer in my store found this guy in Brownsville. Yep. So
Hey,
that's one.
Pee-wee was hardcore back in the day because just think about it. He suspected his neighbor is still in his bike, and he nearly drowned that man in his swimming pool.
Right? You don't touch,
if
you don't touch the bike.
I'm
Pee-wee
just
was
saying,
bug life.
if they're gonna release Pee Wee, they need to release the theater version of Pee Wee.
No. No. Oh my god.
You mean the Josh? I mean like the Brolin one, like in the Pee Wee movie at the end of the movie, right?
No,
Right?
I mean the Pee Wee in the adult movie theater whacking off and getting arrested.
I'll be right back, guys.
Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman.
That was a national news story back in the day when we were kids.
I know it was. Well, come to find out, people didn't pay attention to. Pee Wee's Playhouse was full of filthy jokes. People didn't realize it.
Yeah.
That's why when they re-aired it, in the early 2000s, they put it on Adult Swim because the content was actually not really kid friendly.
Yep. Good times.
Well,
The 80s were great, kids.
Yeah. Maximum.
It's Maximum Spider-Man.
Maximum Spider-Man. And I have to say, he is a really good looking figure. I accidentally bought 2. This is my second one.
I was looking at them on eBay. They're like $60 plus shipping.
I will tell you right now, it's the best Spider-Man figure they've made. People were shitting on it, but it's a damn good figure. And yeah, $50 is a steep price for Marvel Legends, but if they continued this with the Hulk and did all new tooling, it would have been awesome because this is a fantastic figure.
Maybe they'll learn their lesson from the Hulk.
Well, maybe they're going to actually end up making an all-new Hulk, and we don't even know about it yet. JB?
That's the Ultra Maximum line.
JB, are you listening? You got some news for us, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, how many people that would piss off if they actually tooled an all-new body Hulk after the Maximum Hulk comes out? Speaking of Hulk,
Yeah, that'd make a lot of people mad.
a buddy of mine hooked me up on one of the Hulks I was missing in my collection. My friend Brad that does the comic book unboxings on the channel for his shop. Guy coming in selling a collection of Marvel Select. And I got the Age of Ultron Hulk.
Nice.
He used to look at me for a while, and he had that, and he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I picked him up at his local comic book show, toy show, next town over. Rode out there and while he was there, and pick this up and talk to some friends.
Speaking of comic book show, the South Texas Comic Con starting today.
Nice.
I'm going to be going this Sunday so I can meet Brent Spiner and Jonathan Frakes.
Nice.
Yep. And if people don't know who they are, that's Commander William Riker and Lieutenant Commander Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Who needs to be slapped that doesn't know who those people are?
You'd be surprised. JB doesn't know who he is.
We don't hawk the Trek here, man.
I've only watched majority of the original Star Trek is what I've watched. I've not watched the new ones.
It's Trek, sir, not track.
Trek.
Damn, he'll
Sorry.
Got that Trek, Star Trek.
Got that track going? Yeah.
And then I watched the Star Trek. Trek was through my dad. He got me to watching it along with wrestling. So he got me into a lot of stuff back when he was a kid, like 80s and 70s stuff.
Do you think he looks better than the retro Spider-Man that came with Gwen Stacy and Green Goblin Way a few years? Yes. The build and the sculpt of it and the articulation is just the best one they've done. This thing is... I got one on my review table downstairs. I need to shoot the review and get it out. That's a little late now, but I'm late to the game. But by far, this is the best one. I like it a lot. The only thing I would nitpick, I got two nitpicks with it. Just my preference is one of them is just my preference. I like a little brighter, vibrant blue.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot with the reviews. People wanted a lighter blue. I guarantee you that's not the last time.
This is not the last time we get this.
No, we're not the last time we're going to get a Spider-Man. So we're going to definitely get him in a black costume for sure.
I wish the eyes on the mastheads were closer together because they would be like the edges of the eyes would be like here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
it's a little too far apart, and you can't really do head swaps because that is the tightest web pattern they've done on any Spider-Man.
That's that McFarlane style for you there, bud.
Yeah. It is a super tight pattern.
Wow, Hasbro did not come out and say.
Apparently that statue McFarlane did, the reds match up, and people are like putting that head that McFarlane's putting out Spider-Man on this.
Really?
Yeah, they're cutting it off and just hauling it out with the socket on, drilling out the socket.
That's an expensive custom.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Because it's already $50 here, then you go, what was the statue, what, $30, $40?
So you got $100 invested in the figure?
Then you got a headless statue.
Right?
Yeah.
Murder!
It's not a statue. It's a pre-posed figure.
Oh,
Action
sorry.
figure.
That's right. I got some more goodies in here. I got something Matt showed last week.
Yeah.
Rom. And he looks gorgeous.
Look.
And it also makes me feel.
Behold, Rom. Customized Rom.
Rom.
Much better. In scale.
Oh, you changed the body.
No.
Yeah,
It's an Ultron body, buddy. Ultron.
That's what I said. You changed the body.
Yeah, changed the body and snapped in the hands. Now he's more in scale. He's not huge like that, you know.
He's supposed to be huge.
Well, I don't like him that big. So,
Oh, you don't like him that big?
Yeah, no, I can't. Sorry. I know JD likes him big. You know, at least that's what he messaged me. He goes, I like him big.
Yeah,
he goes, I like some girth in my legends. I like, whoa. You know, I think the correct term was, he goes, I like some girthy.
You got Ultimate Iron Man.
Nice.
JB, are you okay? I think JB froze.
JB, are you listening?
He's not frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not frozen. I'm good.
Did you read?
I got a bit of.
Did you
No,
read?
I got a little headache, but I'm good.
He froze in real life, not in the video.
Oh, we shouldn't talk really loud to
Tylenol,
No.
JB. Tylenol.
We got a
I didn't take none, so I'll make it.
Oh my god.
I'll make it.
There we go. That is a damn good figure.
Repainted all
It would have been a
white.
cherry on top if they would have gave him like an alternate head for Siren as well.
Would have been nice.
Finally got a replacement for that really old Dakin. This is like way overdue. That original Dakin's on that modified bullseye body. It's can barely stand. I like this a lot. And it comes with both heads, so you don't have to buy two separate figures like they did originally.
Nice.
The unmasked head was a running change before.
Yeah, it's one of those figures. I hated that. That, and remember, what was it? It was something with Blade, and Blade was the running change.
Yeah, it's supposed to, Punisher and Blade was supposed to be a running change. Blade was going to be the running change, and they never released it.
Yep.
And with Dr. Doom, you're supposed to get like a White Doom.
Yeah.
The White Doom did get released, but only in Europe. And I got the Adam Warlock.
That's a good figure. I like it a lot more than I thought I did. Really good.
Now, he's the one I'm really disappointed didn't give him like an alternate head.
That, yeah, a closed mouth, because he's more stoic instead of angry, you know. So, but I mean, honestly, can't really complain too much. I mean, it's
give him an alternate head with the Soul Gem.
I'm gonna fix that, because the first Adam Warlock, what I did, I had a little green lightsaber, so I just snipped off a little piece and I super glued it to his forehead. Boom, Soul Gem, fit perfectly. Wasn't too big, wasn't too small. Just right. It was the lightsabers from the 3 3/4 inch line work very well for that. So you get the small little figure, just clip off a little bit and just a little dab of glue and boop. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's one of my earlier customs I got made using a DC UC body, upgraded to Adam Warlock.
Oh, nice.
See if I can find that real quick. Well, the handy dandy figure realm. Page. There he is. Present to your screen. Use the old DCUC bodies. We got the. He didn't have the Soul Gem either.
Yeah, I know they never put him with the Soul Gem. But yeah, that dude.
He's got on the glove. So
yeah, but that's a good custom.
That's one of my really old customs. I did that back in 2012.
Ooh, man.
Custom Surfer, Custom Drex.
Wow, you did a good job.
Now that's non-custom Drax, and there's my custom Drax. Wrestling
it's funny looking back at that period of time, like the late 2000s, early 2010s, when it came to like sculpt for action figures, for 6-inch scale action figures, that it was preferable at the time, if you were going to do a custom, to use DC UC instead of what Marvel Legends was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were doing better stuff. Mattel was doing better stuff.
You would either use the DC UC bodies or a wrestling figure.
Yeah.
So,
the DC Universe Classics, they just had a generic body buck for male and female that was universal, that you could use for whatever, which was perfect for customizers.
Well, and they had better articulation than what Hasbro was doing at the beginning, because either Hasbro was just reusing Toy Biz molds, which sometimes were good and sometimes were not, or the molds that they were coming up with early on, when they, like with the Ronin Build-A-Figure wave and stuff like that, right? Did not have good articulation at all.
those are first early
the
waves
original
of
base
Marvel
body for
Legends.
this was absolutely garbage from Hasbro.
Yeah, the
Well,
early
it's on
bodies,
the UC body.
the early bodies that Hasbro used when they first got the license. The first couple waves, or more than that, probably first 4 or 5 waves were just, they were all right, but still not as good as DCUC. But they got better. I will say that. But yeah,
well, it's just funny because now whenever people want to do a custom, they use a Marvel Legend because it's like the standard. It's got everything you need to do a custom figure. It's usually gonna offer you the most options as far as different body types to use and what's going to work best for your stuff. It's going to have the best articulation. It's going to, you know what I mean? But that was not the way it was, a little more than 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, it was, No, I'm just saying because, like I said, Toy Biz, don't get me wrong. When I say that Hasbro, were like reusing Toy Biz stuff, don't get me wrong. What Toy Biz did for 6-inch scale figures revolutionized the industry.
Oh yeah.
However, by modern standards, they were not preferable in many cases because of lots of awkward shoulder joints and hip joints and things like that. They certainly offered awesome articulation, and they were doing a lot of innovative, different, cool stuff. But it wasn't always preferable, for the perfect look for a character.
Some of the things Mattel did too, though, was like they were starting to improve things, and like at the end, like their run, like the original DCUC run, but they like spend their budget on odd things, like this Black Hand figure, great figure, but you can't reuse the parts for basically any other character. That's the way it's. All this is sculpted lines. You got one bare arm, one arm with gloves, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. They were doing that, but on one-off sculpts. They should have put that budget for like a generic body, where they could reuse that double joint knees. And
I think that's why they did a lot of reuse for the generic plain body buck for male and female.
Exactly.
That allowed them to do the oddball sculpt for certain things like Black Hand and a few others. Like Aquaman, for example.
Yeah,
all that
they could have used that cement tooling for the make generic arms and legs that would fit on those regular bodies with the double elbows and knees.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to what Mattel is possibly going to give us next year with some reveals on their sculpting, and then hopefully digital face printing too, man. Because the last time they had that line, that stuff wasn't around. So hopefully we'll get a better class of DC figure from what we had last time they had it. Yeah. They had plenty of time to prepare.
It's my custom Red Hood, getting ready to shoot the dog penis Red Hood. What else, everybody? Anybody else got anything?
I only got one thing this week, but it's actually 4 things in one.
4 in 1.
4 in 1.
That's 4 times better than 1.
Just like a really, really, really crazy night out. You get it. Anyway.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, you have. We were all there. No.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. I'm almost afraid to ask you, what did you pay for it?
At $70.
Damn, that is a damn good price.
Still sealed with the comic book in it.
That Bizarro looks damn good.
That's not Bizarro. That's Robot Superman.
Oh, it is? Oh, I'm sorry.
We got Robot Superman. We got original, classic, first appearance Superman. We've got kind of a modern Hush era sort of Superman, and then a John Byrne classic 80s and 90s Superman.
Nice.
Well, one in the top left is from the Hush wave. I have that same one on my shelf.
Nice.
So is that based on Jim Lee art?
Yeah, I think so.
So the only one I don't know about, like I've never seen this Robot Superman before, so I don't know what he's from. So
it might be from the Fortress. It might be a robot Superman from
Yeah,
the Fortress.
I don't know what he's from, but for $70, like $70 out the door. So I paid basically $17.50 per figure.
Wow, that's not bad.
Oh, King Collector, I do hope they go with the 6.5 like Marvel Legends scale with when Mattel. That's the big question: what scale they're going to do?
I'm sure they're going to stick to 6-inch. I mean,
Well, everything else, their He-Man 7-inch scale, the wrestling 7-inch scale, their Origin stuff, that's 5.5. So
I think they're going to give the fans what they want, and they'll stick with the 6-inch.
hopefully.
I mean, I'm hoping, but I mean, just because I want it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
The toy company do the obviously like thing to do. Yeah.
Their wrestling's the 7-inch scale. They scale a little bit higher than Marvel Legends. I hope they don't go to 7-inch scale like wrestling, because I rather would wrestling scale
if they
with
do,
Marvel Legends.
I won't be buying them. If they're
Yeah,
7-inch scale,
I know.
I'll just opt out if they do 7-inch scale.
Yeah, I mean, I'll carry them for the store, but
I
I
hope
probably
not.
won't buy too much.
My fear is that
Right.
they're going. McFarlane's going to try to. He said he's talked to Mattel. That he's going. Oh, well, they like the 7-inch scale.
He thinks everybody likes the 7-inch scale. They buy it because they don't have no choice.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's what I'm worried about. He said he's talked to Mattel about things. And it's like he's telling me like you should continue the 7-inch scale and match what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no.
you do got a lot of people who have bought so much McFarlane DC figures over the years that they're like, that's the scale I prefer, because they bought so many.
There's still far more
I mean,
6-inch
this thing
scale.
right here,
There's still far more
this
6-inch
figure right
scale
here.
DC action figures that have been made than what McFarlane's put out since 2020 or whenever he got the license. Like, there's still, between Mattel and DC Direct, there is far more 6-inch scale DC stuff out there. Than
the five what they call the 5.5 inch scale. When you stand them up straight, they're technically like exactly 6 inches. The 5.5 comes from the if you pose them like the original He-Man figures, like the hunched down, bent knees.
well, the cartoon collection is it's a bit taller than the Origins, because I've got a ton of Origins figures, and these are, if you stand them up straight, they are 2 inches taller than the Origins line. So they're
2
scale
inches
pretty
taller.
good with Marvel Legends.
2 inches taller.
A few. I meant a few. Sorry, not 2. A few.
A few
But-
is more than 2.
How about an inch or a hair?
2 inches is a lot, right?
Let's see. I bet JB's wife's really confused with how long certain things are.
Jared just had to make it dirty, folks. We apologize in advance.
Hey, you're the one that seems
Had
like
to- had to make it.
great numbers.
That's
I
not
was
in
trying to
advance. That'd
say
be
specific
post.
scale.
Well, here's a Marvel Legends versus the He-Man.
I don't want that.
Here's
Still
a
the heel.
None of us.
here's a
do.
Batman 66 next to a DC Direct.
Yeah.
They don't scale.
I'm going to show off what I
No.
got, because I ain't got much, and then everybody else can talk about something else. So I did a couple of things this week for customizing.
Oh,
Erwin
yes.
said, thanks for the comparison, Joe. So I did this right here. Turn Beyonder into Elvis. He already had the white. He just needed the
I
scarf
think
and the
it looks a
glasses.
little more like Liberace than Elvis.
Liberace? Probably.
Yeah, that don't look like Elvis.
And then, of course, I just did a simple belt swap with my figure arts. I had a spare Goku that I bought, so I did a simple belt swap with him because he had the old belt loop with the straps hanging down, so I swapped that. And then for stuff I bought this week, I didn't get much. I got this in today, like just a couple hours ago.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Elton John.
Yeah, Elton John. Yeah, that's better. That's a better comparison. But I got the Legendary Super Saiyan Goku. This is the bootleg. It's not the official one, but I plan on customizing this one whenever I get the chance to. after I do a video of it.
And they got that new, a lot of new tooling on the new Cell Saga Goku.
Yeah, that one is coming out. Pre-order's actually supposed to go up today, but they haven't yet. So it'll be out by October is the release date. I did a video of that. Then I got this at Target for $10.
He's only $30 too.
Yeah. Prince Adam and Cringer. I got this for $10 at Target.
Oh, sweet. They've dropped it down even more.
Yeah. This was the only one they had at my local Target, so I picked it up finally, but that's all I got for this week.
Sweet.
Now, I don't have it, but it is paid for. Hobby Link Japan, the new Mafex Superboy is finally dropped in Japan. So he's sitting in my Hobby Link. It's like instead of private pile loot, Hobby Link calls it your private warehouse. So it's sitting in my private warehouse there. I might have to look see if I want anything else before it hits shipped, because shipping one item is like it's pricey to ship something.
Yeah. So I got 5 things this week. I got the 66 Nightwing. I don't collect this size or this line. I like the Disco Nightwing, and it was on clearance, so I was like, okay, I'll pick it up.
I haven't seen Tony the Tiger yet.
Sure enough, it doesn't fit with anything else up there.
True 6-inch scale.
I did get Warbird. I got her at Target. Wasn't really expecting to find it, but she was there. And then I went to my locals comic shop and got the DC Direct Showcase Jonah Hex. He was loose. He doesn't come with any of his stuff, but I'll find a hat for him and a pistol. But I thought he was pretty cool. He's kind of got a weird, he's stuck in a weird walking pose, but I don't know. He'll fit.
I was going to say, if you want a cheap hat, Sith, I would probably buy a Elite Brock Lesnar figure, because there are several that come with a cowboy hat. So if you want to do that, that's kind of your cheapest bet to get a cowboy hat like that, because I've got 2 of them right here.
Or I can print you one.
That would be awesome.
Okay, I was just throwing my
the hat that Kanan modeled for my character Discourage should work pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Darth, yes, I just got it at GameStop Wednesday. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And then I picked up this guy. It's a 5-inch scale. It's from the Justice League Wave, but I have 2 others that are that same size. He's very rough paint wise.
Well, you can touch him up though.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to, because this guy's rough paint wise because I've had him for 20 years.
This is your childhood one.
Yep. And then this one's that has less articulation and is just as rough, because I've also had him for
childhood one.
Childhood one?
Has he been chewed on?
He's not been chewed on. I wasn't that type of kid. Now, I had lots
my
of
brother-in-law
dogs. I had some that got lost to dogs, but I got this at my local comic shop, Darth. He was $6. This is the Mission Vision Superman.
I would paint that dude. Well, at least I would paint his hair where he's missing.
Yeah, he's also got some weird white chalky stuff in his arms and stuff that I'm trying to clean up a little bit. But
clean him up with rim oil. It'll come off.
Yep. So maybe I'll end up repainting both of them. But the last thing I got was a Target exclusive Revenge of the Sith Utapau Shadow Trooper.
Okay, show that thing up close.
Apparently, Target was a place to go because they had bubble packaging inside of bubble packaging with dual labels that are the exact same label.
I've got the same thing. I've got the same. Well, not the same thing, but I've got one that it was the this one here. That's up. Sorry, can't even show stuff. The concept series was the same way. It's in like a Star Wars bubble thing inside of the bubble thing.
Yeah, it's
But they're
literally the exact same package. It's just square, not square.
Yeah.
But I picked him up right before going to see Revenge of the Sith in theaters. So I was like,
Oh, wasn't it so good?
It was just as good as the last 2 times I saw it in theaters. I mean,
I've never seen it at the theater. This is my first time seeing it at the theaters.
So I saw it when it first came out. That was the very first one I saw in theaters because I didn't watch Star Wars before that. And then I saw it again when Force Awakens came out because they were doing the marathons. So I watched all of them. And then I finally got to see it again. And I loved it just as much as everything.
I've seen the movie many times. You know. Yeah. But I never, it was at a period in time where I was working all the time and all this stuff, and so there was a few years there in the 2000s I just really didn't go to the movies, and I didn't see that. I've never seen that one at the theater, and it was awesome to finally, after 20 years, see it at the theater. Of course, I went with Duke. Anybody want to take a guess what Duke did?
Put a hole in his popcorn bucket.
Fucking fell asleep. Fucking fell asleep while we were watching the movie.
Knew it.
Wife would have been a better option besides Duke.
I'm just sitting there
It was
watching the
date
movie,
night.
getting into it, and all of a sudden, from next to me, I hear.
Well, were you in Rapid City? Because there was a guy behind me sleeping and snoring, and I was about to get up and throw popcorn at him.
No,
Does Duke have narcolepsy?
I think so. I think he does. He didn't sleep through the whole thing, but there was like a solid 30 minutes of the movie, maybe 40 minutes of the movie, like in the middle, where he just passed out. I was like, God damn, dude. Got out of the movie theater. I was like, did you have a good nap? Fucker. Anyway.
Yeah, what was it, Wednesday night? It's like you guys are so excited. Duke's like, I'm so excited to go see the movie, and then he slept through it.
Typical. Well, you can't really be upset or mad. You knew it was going to happen.
I know. I should. I mean, yeah.
It really is. It's on you not knowing it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I've known the dude for like 7-8 years or whatever it's been. It's been a while, and I know he'll fall asleep in the middle of a video game while we're playing, like fighting for our lives in Left 4 Dead, and his character will just stand there like that, and I'm like, Duke,
Time to wake up.
Anyway. Anyway. What's up, audience? How you guys doing? What the shit? I just had a shelf take a dive for no reason.
You were being bad.
I did.
You were insulted. It's called karma. Learn about it, Matt. It's
Duke
called
was
karma.
using telekinesis. He was dream walking and knocked your stuff over.
It's called karma. Karma. You make fun of somebody, something bad happens to you.
It was Marvel Girl's fault.
Yes.
Everything's Marvel Girl's fault.
It's always Marvel Girl's fault.
All right, so I got Prince Adam out, and I will admit, like everybody said, this shirt.
Hey! Don't whip your Prince Adam out, all right?
I got him out, and I took the stern head and I put it on the Faker body, and I gave him the hand where he can raise the sword up. Because trying to get that He-Man that first wave, you're going to be paying a lot of money.
A loft.
Yeah, you're going to be paying a lot of money to get that first wave He-Man, like $70 to $80. So I thought, why don't I get Prince Adam 2-pack, get the right hand where he can raise the sword, and the head sculpt, and there we go. Now I've got official He-Man on my shelf.
I sold my first wave He-Man for $10.
Yeah, if I would have thought about it, I would have bought it from you, but I didn't know you had those.
Skeletor. I had He-Man, Skeletor.
Not like he wasn't talking for like 6 months. He was moving.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know he had He-Man. I didn't know he had He-Man stuff. He did, I probably would have bought
He
it. But
showed it on the screen.
Yep.
I saw it.
I mean, but I'm happy. I'm happy with this. It's taken 2 figures kit bashing, but I'm happy with this He-Man right here. And he looks good. He'll look good next to Skeletor.
So you got the what's going on head on the Prince Adam.
What's going on?
Yeah, I got that head. What's going on?
How much did you pay for that 2-pack, JB?
$10.
That's not bad. I've been hearing it's been going clearance up north. They don't have them down here anymore, but
I got extremely
I'm gonna have
lucky.
to
We
check
went
out
to
the local Target tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can get the Tigra, the updated one.
mhm. Oh,
I had it on
I
pre-order
saw
and they canceled it. The
I'm
Target.
disappointed with that updated Tigra. His shoulder sleeve right here, that little what I call castle motif thing going on there, not even painted.
Yeah, they didn't paint his elbow pad at all.
Yeah, it's minimal paint on the.
But at least it's actually on there though.
What's
The
that?
first version didn't even have it.
Yeah, the sculpt is there, but there's no paint on it.
Well,
And then-
the first one didn't even have the sculpt. So
Yeah, the one I just looked at mine. The one I have has a sculpt and paint on it.
the Wave the Wave 2 first release Tigra,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
he didn't have an elbow pad.
Well, I don't know about elbow. I'm talking about the paint on the collar, the
Oh,
sleeve.
the tassel part. I'm talking about
Yeah,
the elbow
let me
pad.
see it.
and the skin. And the funny thing is, the skin tone, the Prince Adam heads, the skin tone matches Faker's
Oh, yeah.
body. So
This is what I'm
so it
talking
fits
about, this.
perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's nothing there.
Yeah.
But this is sculpted in and painted, and this is the first one that came out. But
You,
this
sir,
one
will
right
put
here is
down
not
that
painted on
tiger.
the one. What's that?
Put down that tiger.
Who let him in?
I'm just having fun with my action figures. Come on now.
Now I completely redid my Tigra.
Hmm.
Took it completely apart, cracked the torso and everything.
Wait, what you got there, Matt? What you got?
Huh? Oh no,
Yeah.
I was just stuff I've already shown y'all.
Oh,
Oh, I did get one other thing in.
Oh, you got a goon.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
And I like
always
this.
Popeye.
And I like this Cringe Head because you can actually open his mouth real wide. So he can be joining Prince Adam in the
So
theme
you
song.
like the mouth open real wide, huh?
Good Lord. Jesus Christ.
I want this dark side figure.
me
Oh, that
too.
one?
I have that Supergirl.
He's really good. I got one. I used to have 2. I gave one to my friend Brian.
I want to get that one. I need.
I
That
got the Build-A-Figure of that one. It's
Good
basically the
classic
same
looking.
thing, just bigger.
It's just a good classic looking dark side. I don't know how.
It's really
I don't know
nice.
if it's big enough.
Sculpt wise, he is small.
Yeah.
He's part of the DC superheroes line. Every figure had to be 6 inches. It was like couldn't be bigger than that.
Yeah, like there's one the
The Doomsday.
what I
is
think
nice.
is I was just about to say the Doomsday that they have is the best looking Doomsday I've ever seen. However, he's too small. It's everything I would want in a Doomsday figure as far as being comic accurate from that Death of Superman storyline. But he's too small. He's just a tiny bit bigger than the Superman figure, which I know, don't get me wrong, I know back in the comics that Doomsday was not enormous, right? Like they've drawn him over the years, especially in 52, to be like way, way bigger than he originally was.
He's gotten
But
to be like
he was still a good head taller than Superman.
yeah, he's gotten to be like basically Hulk size now.
Yeah, now they make him Hulk size, which I don't like that version. I like him originally, where he was about a head taller than Superman was. So he would be probably like 7 foot something. You know what I mean? As far as like how big he was.
But in Smallville, he was only Sam Witwer height. So
That's true.
We don't speak of that.
Why not? That was by the way, that was a great like costume. That was a great like special effects costume. That was
way
not,
better than their dark side. So
it was way well. Their dark side wasn't even dark. Like it was dark side, but it wasn't dark side. It was just what Smallville did with Darkseid was to Darkseid what that Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer Galactus was to the actual Galactus.
That was Green Lantern, the Parallax.
Prince Adam Cringer 2-pack.
Exactly.
The cartoon collection.
That's the Prince Adam and Cringer. Yeah, 2-pack.
If
I mean,
so if you got a Target locally, you might be able to get one cheap.
I mean, he's got joints down his paws. He's got articulation right here. Here at his arms, he's got movable joints right in here. I mean, this Cringer figure is amazing, and I like how his second head, his mouth can open, like just open and shut. So if somebody wants to stop it, they can make it pop.
If you have a classics collection, that Cringer fits in.
Yeah. He looks good in it. I've got my classics He-Man right here. If I can pull him out. I mean, these two do look pretty good together.
I like how classics did Orko. Prince Adam was the pack-in bonus piece.
Yeah.
He stuck down at the bottom of the box.
Oh yeah.
Quinn knows all about that.
What's that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure. I don't know what it was we were talking about.
I like how what the Mattel did with Orko. Prince Adam was the pack-in at the bottom of the box.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. That was. I mean, you saw such a big package, and you're like, "What the hell?" And then you see down at the bottom, he's the accessory, which I was like, "That's a great way to get Orko in the line and Adam." So
the new cartoon collection Orko. I like the fact you can actually it's 2 characters. You can actually display it. It's got accessories.
Montork, yeah, you get Uncle Montork and Orko. So yeah, you buy 2 of them. There you go. You got 2 figures.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I just got one on pre-order, but I have to like up it up and get a second one because I did the same thing with the Thundercats crossovers with Mum-Ra Skeletor thing crossover. I ordered 2 of those so I can display it both ways.
I like the re-release on this because of the extra detail in the shadowing, the paint that he puts on there. Mm-hmm. It gives it a little bit more oomph, I guess. I don't know.
When he gets his cell shading around, it looks good, but sometimes it looks like they feed your pants.
Yeah, this definitely. Actually, I'm working on a cosplay of this because the mask. If you look at the mask, it looks almost like the Casey Jones replica mask.
It looks like a
Ninja Turtles, which I have, and all I got to do is paint it, and then just black and gray, and there you go, and make some sort of a little hook thing, and there you go, easy costume.
Oh, JB did find some little newsworthy at his local GameStop.
What?
Yeah.
You want to talk about JB, or are you just going to sit there?
Yeah. I was waiting for y'all to see if y'all could see it or not. That's why I didn't say anything yet.
Read it.
We can't see it.
Okay, so this.
What is this? Explain.
Yeah, I will. This was at my local GameStop. Of course, they have these out every year, and so most of these are official, but some of them are not. But this is basically their full year of Marvel Legends. I'll try to zoom in and get. I couldn't exactly get a good quality, like the best picture, but I'll try to run them down. They're here for y'all to see. So you got, of course, the start of the year. You got animated series version. You got Warbird, Professor Xavier with a wheelchair, of course. Some stuff on here, but I mean, you got a lot now. So far, the prices are not official, but they do. Like, if you look at the bottom for December, we're supposed to be getting a Marvel Legends Abomination and a comic Silver Surfer, along with a brand new comic Thanos.
Okay, let's.
When it says PVC, it makes me think statue.
Okay, well, hold on.
It probably
let's
is.
start up at the top of where you got it here. No,
Okay.
where you got it. Did you hear what I said? He didn't listen to what I said. Where you got it
Sorry.
there. Let's
Maybe
start
he
at the
didn't
top
listen?
there. Okay. So let's see. We've got a vintage Green Goblin,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think. I don't. Is that like the comic book one? Which one is that?
It is the first retro carded Green Goblin that's already been up for pre-order for a while,
Okay,
with the big beady eyes and
The
everything.
Ultimate Iron Man. We've got the X-Force Archangel, the X-Force 2-pack, SPD Venom. Which one's that one?
They were not specific on what
That's
they
the big
were.
giant one. That's the $60 one.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we've got MVL Legends Solid 4. Any idea what that one is? I have no idea.
I'm going to say Invisible Woman, but not invisible.
It's,
I don't know.
it's 40
Maybe.
bucks, whatever it is.
We got an SH Figure Arts Iron Spider. We've got a $30 D7W Wolverine.
He's Wolverine AF.
It's 30
He's
$30.
Wolverine as fuck, he is. That Carnage, we knew that one was coming. Spider-Man Noir from SH Figure Arts. Abomination.
And 9-inch Abomination.
9-inch Abomination.
So that's going to be a big figure. It's either going to be like a retooling or re-release. of the
It's
game.
9 inches. That's an abomination.
My guess they're going to do something with the Gamerverse body. Hopefully they give it like comic book heads and new hands, and do like my custom where they did like I turn it into like more like a comic style one, or
Okay, so-
they can actually do it in as the
Yeah.
updated like MCU one.
If you look on the left, it says AF for action figure,
Statue.
ST for statue.
So, and then everything below that abomination is a statue.
Yeah.
So the Abomination's a 9-inch. It's got to be. I wouldn't think they'd tool up a brand new body for Abomination. It's got to be reusing the Gamerverse body.
So the only things I see there that I did not know about is the two, well, that I care about. I don't care about any of the statues. You got two SH Figure Arts figures that I didn't know were coming, and I probably won't buy anyway. And then whatever this Legends Solid 4 thing is, I'm not sure what that is, and then the Abomination. So those are the four things that we didn't know about that are actual action figures.
Yeah.
So again, whatever this Legends Solid 4 for $40,
Whatever that Wolverine
that's a real curious one there.
Unless that's.
Well, remember we did get a Marvel Legends leak list not too long ago that did say we're going to be getting new Deadpool and Wolverine movie figures. So we're supposed to be getting Cassandra Nova, of course, and Wolverine again in that wave.
Solid 4.
I don't know.
Maybe the.
Solid 4 might be the name they're doing for right now until they announce the figure, maybe. That might be.
Fantastic Car.
It's a $40 figure.
It has to be a figure they don't.
Because 2-packs are $50 now.
so I'm guessing it's something that comes with a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's just.
It could
I'm
be
thinking
a
it might
Reed-
be
It could be a Reed Richards with a lot of stuff.
Could be.
Because it says action figure, Marvel Legends, Solid 4. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do with the Abomination. I'm curious just to know what the hell that one is, the Solid 4. Don't care about the Carnage.
Yeah, those are the only things, I mean, that we didn't know about, unless you care about statues, which I personally don't. I know some people do. That's fine. But I don't care about statues.
Yeah, with the Abomination, it's if they're smart, they'll do it where they can actually have very like alternate heads, where they can display like a comic book style or like movie style, and give us some fist hands and maybe some new feet, and use the Gamerverse body. Get rid of the raptor feet. Because the rest of the box, that thing is great sculpt. Yeah, I don't see why they shouldn't reuse that sometime. I've been saying it for a long time. They should reuse that body for something. It's a lot of good sculpt on it. And I'm sure it just did like the how it released as a Gamerverse Abomination with alternate heads, like for comic book style and movie style. People will be happy with that and give it some alternate fist hands.
Yeah.
So many people have incomplete Abominations because that one leg that came with Gamerverse Iron Man is impossible to get. So many people have had to like give up on that because they can't get that leg. It's like DCUC was real bad for that. For one leg would be hard to get. With Apache Chief, it's one leg. It came with Black Vulcan. We was at a con one time. I gave a buddy of mine, I didn't even know that leg was hard to get one time. I gave him a near complete Apache Chief. And he's missing that one leg Black Vulcan. And we were at a con one time and the guy had it for $50. He said, I'm not paying $50 for that. He can't even dream about getting a complete in-box Black Vulcan for $50 now. It's always over $100.
All right, I got some stuff.
All right.
The big story.
Well, I had one more thing to share, but I'm going ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got a big story. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Talk.
Oh, feel free.
You already interrupted.
You got a big story. Go ahead. I got to hear this. Go ahead.
This is me pointing at last
It always seems like JB's in a different show than we are.
All right. Well, the big story that is making everyone cry, some tears of joy, some tears of endless pain. And that is that Hasbro has renewed their relationship with Disney for Marvel Legends and Star Wars products. And some people are very, very happy about this. And some people, I've seen endless videos and posts of people crying about it because they, for some reason, hate Hasbro. I don't know why. I mean,
these people are in such a weird ass world. They think McFarlane makes better figures than Hasbro.
Yeah, it just, and look, I'm not saying Hasbro makes a perfect figure. I'm not saying that Hasbro is even like a company I genuinely even really give a shit about, right? But they've done a solid job for almost 20 years now, making figures, whether it's Star Wars figures I like, G.I. Joe figures I like, or Marvel figures I like. And none of them are perfect, and they all have like things they could change, and I wish they would do, and whatever else, and we can all sit here and bitch and complain about whatever. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, nobody's doing it better or more consistently. They're just not. Like there's nobody is. Nobody else is doing the scale that Hasbro's doing for these. Like, yeah, Mafex does great stuff. I love Mafex. I love Mezco. I love their stuff. Are they doing the amount of figures that Hasbro's doing? Are they doing it at the price point that Hasbro's doing it? No, they're not. Could I afford to collect everything that Mafex or Mezco makes now? No, I can't, and most people can't. And if they were then to start pumping out as much stuff as Hasbro does, would any of us be able to afford to collect anything? No. So, like, I don't get the weird hate. I also don't get the people who are like overly like shillish about Hasbro. Like the middle ground is good. Like the middle ground is right most of the time. The middle ground is, look, Hasbro does a solid job with these IPs, right? They aren't perfect. There's a lot of things we can bitch about, but they're still doing more and better than really anybody else would. So as a collector, I have the opportunity to buy the things I want to buy and not buy the things I don't, because Hasbro makes these products. I have more selection at a price that I can afford because of Hasbro than I would with any other company. So I don't understand the bitching all the time. I really don't. I also don't understand the verbally filleting Hasbro all the time either, like some of the shills do. Like, both sides are extreme. Come to the middle ground, people, because that's where reality is. Okay? Fact of the matter is, I don't have a problem with this. I've been happy with Hasbro's handling of these properties. I've had no major issues with Hasbro's handling of Marvel and Star Wars. Like let's say I did with McFarlane, where I just didn't. I stopped collecting their stuff and got rid of all the stuff that I had, and wanted to see them go back to Mattel. We talked about that 100,000 fucking times before it was even officially announced. We've been talking about wanting Mattel to get the license back to DC for years before it actually happened. I've never had that complaint with Hasbro. And most people haven't, by the way, except for like, I don't know, 20 channels on YouTube that get all their fucking views from making drama and talking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell, all of us at one point said it'd be nice to have Hasbro get the DC license where everything's made in the same bodies, same like mixed together, where you can actually display everything the same. Same in-house.
So a lot of people are upset. I'm seeing lots of whiny butthurt posts all online.
I have yet to understand why. This is what's insane to me. Like, you see insane like drama channels talking about, well, Hasbro's going to lose the license. What world do you think the biggest toy company in the world is not going to outbid McFarlane on a license?
I don't. The people
they are a multi-billion-dollar company. They're going to outbid McFarlane on stuff.
Yeah, this was a delusional view from the beginning. It was delusional to think anybody was going to get the license over Hasbro, much less McFarlane.
They are the world's biggest toy company.
And I'll say for Star Wars, I have been very pleasantly surprised and happy recently. I thought I was done buying new Star Wars figures, but they're delving into the Legends is like very welcome. The 4-pack and now the Prince Izor and the Shadows of the Empire stuff. This is a welcome direction, in my opinion.
I don't know if the delusion of like the Hasbro of Todd getting the Marvel Legends over Hasbro comes from him getting DC. From my understanding, him getting DC was a mistake on Mattel's people forgetting to renew the license. It's not that they couldn't buy it back. They didn't. It wasn't stripped from them. They forgot to reapply.
Hence them getting the rights back the next time they got the chance.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand all the extreme hate for Hasbro. I don't get it. I really don't. It genuinely blows me away. Because it's a fucking toy company, people. What the?
Yeah. It's
a toy company. And I don't know. I think 90% of it is just because if you can portray hate online, you're gonna, bitching online is always going to get you more views and more attention than saying you like something. First of all, that's 90% of it right there. And the other 10% is, I guess they just think, I don't know. Well, if they don't make it like $100 Mafex, then it's shit. Which no.
This is better than Mafex. Better plastic, better articulation, better sculpt. No, but the alternate head is questionable. I will say that. The alternate head is questionable. But the rest of it, fantastic. The Mayfix, you got to be careful of handling. This you do not.
Yeah. As somebody, and by the way, this just happened.
Which I have a Mayfix in my hand right now. I mean,
as somebody who has Mayfix and Mezco and SH Figuarts and I don't even know what the fuck else, and Mattel and Hasbro, and as we could just see earlier in the chat, when my Hasbro Marvel Legends fall off the shelf, I pick them back up and put them on the shelf. The last time I had a freaking Mayfix or something fall off the shelf, guess what? It broke a hand off. Now, does that mean Mayfix is crap? No. Absolutely. I like Mayfix. They're sculpt.
You heard it here. Matt hates Mayfix.
And
hey, I've got one right here.
No, their sculpt and their paint and their articulation and their accessories are amazing. I love them. I also love Mezco. I've got SH Figuarts. I'm looking at one right there. That's my favorite Joker. Is that SH Figuarts Joker? Like, I love these other things, and they are more expensive, and they are made out of a more brittle plastic.
Yep.
Now, some people will say,
the neck articulation is too.
Well, it may be cheaper, but it's also more durable.
Yep.
And either way, what does it matter?
I mean, I will say this
like
RoboCop Mayfix figure is better than the NECA RoboCop figure. By a mile. This
absolutely.
One is. And I just picked this up a couple weeks ago, and you guys know, and this is probably one of my favorite figures of the year.
You got the later release where they fixed the mouth, too, though. The first Mayfix one, the mouth was kind of weird sculpt.
Yeah. This is the reissue I got, yeah. But I love it.
I will say, too, to one of the haters' dismay, I love the neck articulation on this. We got the best of both worlds. The top is a disc hinge with ball on top, and the bottom is a ball joint. So you can actually have your Spider-Man look up without having to cut a notch in the back of his neck.
He can wall crawl?
Oh, wow. It's like people's obsession over double ball pegs thinking they're better than a disc hinge.
They're not.
Okay.
I think you talked about that on one of the first shows I ever did with you.
Here is where the root of the problem is. You are going to have, we know YouTube, and there are a lot of people out in the toy community who are big influencers to other collectors. Such as, you know, one Swollen over here just mentioned one in the mention in the chat, one of them, of course. And then you got like Jarmus Prime and others who people like to listen to and follow their opinions. So basically, I can go on a video and I can see like Jarmus Prime.
What I've learned the best in the past for most people that review toys, mute or don't listen to what a word they're saying. Just look at the picture, look at the video, how the figure moves, look at the sculpt. Ignore what they're saying.
Well, the problem with so like I said,
most people, not everybody. I'm just saying certain ones.
Well, there's
I
some.
watch some toy reviews besides you guys. There are other smaller channels who are more genuine like we are, and I watch those guys a lot. There is a lot of them that I like to watch besides y'all, because I mean I respect your guys' opinion of what you guys review and talk about, but there are people who like a lot of YouTubers who do like to be political when it comes to what they talk about. Like you'll hear a lot of YouTubers, especially when they review toys, some political always has to come up in the conversation or something. But go ahead, Matt.
Well, I'm just saying there seems to be two camps. One is as far as where the hate comes from. One is I hate this company regardless of everything else. We all know who those people are.
Yeah.
You got people who hate Hasbro. We get people, whatever it is, right? Right. Hasbro, I think, gets most of the hate because they are the biggest toy company. They make the most amount of toys. So the biggest group of haters out there are Hasbro haters. And then you got the ones that hate everything because they're overly critical. In my opinion, unjustifiably overly critical. Like they expect every figure to be the equivalent of $100 to $150 Mayfix figure. And if it's not, they think it's dog shit.
Yeah.
And that's where I would put what Swollen mentioned in the chat, Anthony's Custom. I like his channel. I've been subscribed to him for years. I think he's overly critical and expects too much from $20 to $25 toys. That's where I put his opinion. For the most part, I never felt like Anthony's Customs just like hates something because he hates Hasbro or whatever.
Oh,
right?
no.
I just think when you look at some of the stuff he
content
complains
has
about,
skewed more to make sure he gives all Marvel
Well,
bad reviews now.
I think back to a video he did in 2017 when the Justice League movie was coming out. You know, the Whedon Cup came out. He praised the Mattel figures, the Justice League figures. He praised those when those were coming out. Like, they sent those to him to talk about and review, and he gave those all that praise, saying those are the best figures he's seen from Mattel in terms of DC wise. So,
well, again, like I said, I think it's twofold. I think some people just hate to hate, and then some people are just like overly critical, like just, you know, for whatever reason. Like, it's like, what do you expect from a $20 to $25 toy? Like, yeah, we all, again, to go back to it, there have been many figures that we sit here and like, I wish they would have done this. I wish they would have done that. Why couldn't they have done this? Why didn't they reuse this sculpt? Why didn't they paint this part? Cool. And we can all complain. But does that mean you have to fucking hate on everything? No.
no.
Yes.
And does that mean there's a better option? A lot of times, no. A lot of times, no, there's not. So you make your decision. Hey, in the end, is it worth your $25? It's that simple, man. Is it going to put a smile on your face when you display it? Then guess what? It's probably worth the money. And if it's not, fucking pass on it. Like, it's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be all about drama and hating on everything. Like, just like, hey, either it's gonna be something you enjoy having in your collection for the price you spent on it, or it's not. And I've got lots of figures that people would absolutely hate that I spent chunks of money. There's a lot of people that would hate that Toy Biz Cyborg Spider-Man that I coveted and was like a grail for my collection for so long till I picked it up a year or two ago or whatever the hell it was. I'm sure there's a lot of people that hate that figure. You know what? I love it. It was worth it to me. And there are some figures out there
about all these people that shit on like the Maximum Spider-Man. How many of those guys have reviews of it now?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Every one of them.
It's true. And so the question is either thought it was worth spending your money on, or you did what you accuse all these other channels of doing, and you were a shill and you got it for free. So which is it? You either thought it was worth spending the money on, or you got it for free.
Can y'all see me, or is it pitch black on y'all's end?
You're
I can
frozen.
see you. You're frozen,
I can
but I
see
can see you.
All right, well, here, let me leave and then add me back, and I'll fix it.
I'll be a shill if I get free toys out of it.
I
Yeah,
just,
but you won't get. You have them you won't get to keep. You have to return them.
for such a supposedly smile-inducing, joyful, and completely unnecessary hobby, there's a lot of fucking whiny ass bitches full of drama in the toy community on YouTube. You know what I miss? You know who I miss? I miss motherfucking Glenn Webb.
Yes.
God damn it. That dude put a smile on my... And when he found a toy that he liked, you could hear it in his voice how happy he was.
Yep.
And he made me want to enjoy this hobby even more. I never remember hearing Glenn Webb bitch. By the way, for those of you out there that don't know who the hell Glenn Webb is, because I know if you started getting into watching YouTube videos about this hobby in the last, 8 years, probably, you may have never run across a Glenn Webb video because he died, honestly, and it sucked and it was horrible that he died unexpectedly and stopped doing videos on YouTube. But he was without a doubt the king of toy tubers. He was there at the inception of YouTube toy tubers and was like the greatest fucking toy tuber channel ever. Go watch some of his shit. If you want to know what it's like to watch somebody who genuinely enjoys this hobby and isn't trying to make you feel bad about the stuff you collect or trying to be, trying to start drama or hate on stuff or anything else like that, go watch some old Glenn Webb videos. You'll thank me for that if you've never heard of him.
And think too, his videos are really easy, like edited videos. Nowadays, when people do reviews, people want it to be edited to a T.
He was masterful with his editing. It was very like clean cut, and entertaining when he cut stuff. It wasn't just a toy review. They were entertaining.
Yeah. But the problem is today, everybody wants to see, when they see a review, they're like, oh, it's got to have better lighting. It's got to have, so sound effects, whatnot. It's got to have all this stuff added to it.
I don't give a shit about any of that stuff.
I don't.
No, I know. I don't either.
I give zero shits, but I want to be able to see the toy. That's all I want to see. Mm-hmm. I really don't much care for when toy reviewers put their face on the camera. Or very little. Like if they're reviewing the toy and they're looking at the camera at the same time, I'm usually no. I'm
nostalgia unboxed.
You know what kind of video that I can't stand is when and there's several channels that do this, and I know they do it because it looks cool, but I hate it, which is when the camera never fucking stops moving on the figure. Like ever. Where like it's just what they did is they took a camera and they swiped the camera this way on the figure and then swipe it that way and then swipe it up and swipe it down and swipe it across the back and do this shit, and then they just play those clips through the video while they do a voiceover. Motherfucker, hold the camera still so I can see the figure, please.
Let the camera focus.
If so, my personal.
And you got the trendy music in the background. Look, I put music in my videos, but I also just have the camera held still.
My personal opinion
on the whole matter. You just get a swipe of this is a great Superman figure. Oh, it's fantastic. Look at the paint sculpt on the figure. Oh, look at that head sculpt. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, can you stop?
My personal opinion on the whole entire thing is if somebody wants to have their face on camera, then they don't obviously care about what they're reviewing. They care more about people looking at them than anything.
That's not true. That's not true.
I don't know. It kind of brings me into the character when Superman's flying past the screen.
As someone who has put my face in videos for 15 years.
It's been sitting on my desk for a while here. I didn't even know what it was. It's like it's a Deadpool pop thing.
What did you say, Matt? Your opinion on being on camera?
I said, as somebody who's been on camera for 15 years, that's not true.
I don't mean you.
It depends on what the subject matter is.
Yes. Well, like you got like a guy like Kyle Peterson.
And if you notice, if I do a video where I am not talking about a specific product, but I am talking about, okay, well, we'll go with the toy channel. I'm talking about something going on in toys. Yeah. I will be on camera. If I'm talking about a specific toy, the toy is on camera.
Exactly.
If I'm talking about other stuff,
when you're doing more like an introspective type thing, you're on camera.
Yeah, but
great. That's what it's supposed to be. But when you're talking about doing the toy review, you come there and see the toy review.
Yes.
I'm talking about like when people do toy reviews like Kyle Peterson, or you got, again, Nostalgia Box. Those guys constantly show themselves.
I have no idea who those people are.
Well, I know who you're talking about. My issue with that is, it's twofold. Because
absolutely, he was a fantastic customizer.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
My thing is, it's just way too much for a video from the perspective of somebody who makes videos and just does not have a lot of time to sit there and make videos, because you either aren't showing off the product very well because you have to be in frame. Therefore, the only way to do a video is either this is how big the figure looks on camera, or you're doing this all the time, in which case, what's the point of you being on video? Or you have to then do basically a completely separate video that you edit into to where you've got like a little graphic over here showing the figure up close while you're on camera. At which point, like, again, that's a lot of crap to go through to make a video when you can just show the figure, because that's all anybody gives a shit about anyway.
Yeah.
JB looks a little different all of a sudden.
What?
I said JB looks different all of a sudden. Your face was changed.
JB never listens, so.
No, I heard him say I look different, but I'm like, how?
Click,
like,
click,
how?
click Stephen Murphy's comment again. There you go.
We replaced you.
Oh, okay. I get it.
JB's staring at his phone and not listening, so.
It's like Mike Wazowski and Monsters
I was
Inc.
listening to what Matt was saying, but I agree with Matt's
No
opinion.
denial staring at the phone. Huh?
I agree with Matt's opinion, but I did have another news about Hobby Link Japan, though.
Okay.
Had some news about them. If I can get it set up here real quick. Nope, nothing
At the end of the day, when it comes to collecting, the question
Usually you
is,
announce that you have something to show when you've got it to show.
I've got it. It's pulling up.
at the end of the day, when it comes to collecting, the question is, does it spark joy or does it not spark joy? And this one sparks joy.
Exactly. Does it put a smile on your face? That's the thing.
Or a little chubby in the
There we go.
Does it get you hard in the
There we go.
morning?
articulated feelings.
There we go. Can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
See it.
So if y'all can see it, of course, Hobby Link Japan just sent this out this morning to basically everybody, getting an email of this about their tariffs and how they're going to do. Oh, they did? I just got this morning. So I don't know. What do y'all think about this?
What do I think about it? It's just they're changing the shipping. That's not the first time Hobby Link Japan's changed shipping methods. I remember when Hobby Link Japan was super cheap to ship from.
Because some people are just now talking about this and they're going gaga over it, how they're changing.
See,
their
I don't-
shipping.
I don't trust DHL or FedEx, so this doesn't really. Okay.
Can I just throw this out there?
No.
I don't give one shit about how tariffs affect toy collecting. Can I just say that? In all just genuine, heartfelt honesty, I don't give a single shit about how tariffs affect toy collecting at all. Because, first of all, there's a shit ton of stuff to buy that doesn't have to get imported. A. B. It's just a fucking hobby. It's not a necessity.
Mhm.
I mean, I honestly, in the end, like, I love it, and but I mean,
Voltron.
almost everything you see here, you can buy right now without having it imported, and so much more that you can go onto eBay and Mercari or your local shop or wherever and buy right now without having to worry about tariff prices. There's so much to collect if this is something you really enjoy. Because I'll tell you what, and I said this in a video I did a while back, if you keep buying this stuff at inflated prices, guess what? One of two things is going to happen. Either the tariffs are never going to go away because you're still buying stuff. So these other countries are like, well, people are going to buy our crap anyway. So why should we give in to the tariffs and give in to what the United States wants to do? Or B, the tariffs do go away. And you know what all these companies do? Hey, guess what? These dumbasses were willing to pay higher prices and still get the stuff. So it must be like crack to them. So let's just raise our prices. So stop buying stuff that has a tariff on it. That's what you need to do. Otherwise, you're going to be paying ridiculous prices forever.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem harsh? Good. It is. Stop buying this stuff.
Speaking of Mayfix,
I pre-ordered this.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked good. Looks
you
I pre-ordered it
pre-ordered this as much as you bitch and complain about bad head sculpts. These are freaking awful head sculpts.
I pre-ordered it.
One?
I've got that extra Mayfix.
But
Black
it has
Constant
no
Superman.
stoic head sculpt. They got a goofy
Well,
grin and all X-ray
I
vision.
thought it came with just like a standard head sculpt.
No, they're all. You get a goofy grin.
Oh, I thought this was just a redo of the Justice League one.
No, this is a new one. You
This is
get
the nightmare.
3 heat vision head sculpts and 1 goofy grin one.
Oh
And
shit! I thought they were re-releasing the Justice League one.
And
'cause
it's only
that's
in
the one
like
that everybody
Henry Cavill.
wants and is going for ridiculous prices on the aftermarket now.
And these don't even look like Henry Cavill.
The bottom left is the most.
I'm
Henry
getting
Cavill
this
looking
because
one.
I want a bright blue and red costume Superman Mayfix figure that I don't have to pay ridiculous price for. I mean, I know it don't look like Henry Cavill, but we don't get that many Superman figures where he
As
is
much as
smiling.
you've been on this show complaining about head sculpts not looking right, you're trying to defend this.
I'm giving it a pass. When I saw the promo shots, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look like Henry Cavill, but I still like the figure itself, and I'm going
This
to
one,
get it.
if they had this one with a regular paint job instead of heat vision,
Yeah.
I
That
would've been more
Batman
interested.
mask looks more like Ben Affleck Batman than that Superman looks like Henry Cavill Superman.
the head is too small. It looks weird on that tiny little head, thin neck.
Look, Chad, all I had to say is I'm pre-ordering this figure, and Jared goes nuts.
Necks don't go straight up.
I'm still
Of all
getting
their
this figure.
issues, McFarlane's latest Zack Snyder Justice League Superman was the best.
You know what this
Well, they're
dude?
really
It's
good
looks like the dude from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the Psycho one. The one
It
like
does. It does.
it looks like the Psycho guy from.
But here's the thing: you can buy third-party heads and replace it if you don't like these. I can literally go
It's
buy.
$120, no, $103.15 plus shipping.
I can make-
$20 some dollars, and you're going to have to buy a head to make it look like Henry Cavill. No,
I don't care about the heads. I like the figure itself. Now you might think I'm crazy, but oh well.
Crazy.
My wife bought the Wakanda Forever Black Sherry figures, what she got. So we both bought the Mayfexes that came out.
and you get the Shuri.
That's the one my wife got.
But that looks like her. They did a good job on this one. They surely didn't do a good job on the Henry Cavill one.
That's what JB stands for. Just bonkers.
Good one. I'll give you that one. That was good.
The magic marble mask, that hair completely.
Can we just get away from the awful nanotechnology masks?
They're never going to get rid of those. That's never going to go away.
It's like.
The last time that we had a really good mask up scenario was Iron Man 1 with the Mark III armor.
Well, remember we had Spider-Man Homecoming where his suit was a suit that tightened on his body. It wasn't like nanotech. In Spider-Man Homecoming, his costumes, like his new costumes were. So, I agree with you, Seth. I prefer regular costumes. I hate the nanotech stuff. And plus, they didn't do the nanotech. They could save way more money on their budget and wouldn't be spending as much. So, like seriously, like Falcon, like Sam Wilson's helmet in the new Captain America movie. That helmet in the beginning, that didn't need to be nanotech. That could have just been a
They
helmet.
should stuck with the mask they had from Falcon Winter Soldier, but Anthony Mackie threw a fit and he didn't want to wear it.
Yeah, but they gave him a full helmet. That could have just been a full actual helmet. It didn't need to be nanotech.
Remember how fun Anthony Mackie was as Falcon in Civil
Oh yeah,
War?
it was great.
He was figuring back and forth with.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him the role of Captain America, and it's gone to his head.
That's the writers. It's not just him too.
Yeah, I don't blame Anthony Mackie for the direction the movie's going. I blame
Yeah.
writers.
Is that how much I think it's going for?
Yes.
Well,
Taya Toys, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's
No,
they go.
some stuff that Japan gets, they're importing it in, and
Yeah.
from it gets jacked
Isn't
up.
Isn't on Big Bad Toy Store? Is that on Big Bad Toy Store?
I don't know. We talked about this last week. The 112 scale.
Yeah.
I don't remember the MSRP being that high.
I think sometimes when Japan's go see Japan actually charges the import on U.S. goods too in front of the countries. So
maybe that's what it is. Oh, let me. I do have
Big
to.
Bad has a charge. I was trying to say, Big Bad's got charged for it.
yes, Matt.
No, I was just going to say I do have to address Matt.
What was it?
That, like, I'm not explaining how tariffs work. That's not what I was doing. I'm explaining country and corporate business behavior is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They find out you're willing
That's
to
what
pay
I'm
more.
talking about. As far as how tariffs work, all tariffs are an import tax. That's all a tariff is.
Yeah.
It's an import tax. And the only way you get that to go away is by having the country that places that import tax on imported goods decide to do away with it. And since these are retaliatory tariffs, the only way they're going to decide to get rid of those tariffs is if the countries these goods are coming from give in to their demands, give in to the current United States demands. And those countries aren't going to do that if they keep selling the shit anyway. Because if they keep making the same amount of money they were making with tariffs as they were before the tariffs, they have no incentive to change their trade structure to get rid of the tariffs, to have the United States drop the tariffs. So what we're talking about is behavior, not how tariffs work. If you want to change the behavior of these other countries so that the United States drops its tariffs and this shit can be imported in again at what we're used to, you have to stop buying the shit. They have to be hit economically so that they will go, oh shit, we better give in to the demands of the administration of the United States. Otherwise, we're going to go broke. Like, that's the point. See what I'm saying? I wasn't explaining how tariffs work. I was explaining the behavior. That's why I say don't buy the stuff. Because if we all keep buying the same stuff and we're just willing to put up with paying more, then the countries have no reason to change anything. They have no reason to drop their tariffs or make any adjustments to their trade practices to get rid of the tariffs, because we're still buying their shit and they're still making the same amount of money they always make, because in the end we're the ones paying the tariffs, not them.
Oh, that figure at Grimes is $120 on Big Bad Toy Store.
120.
Yeah, I had it right here.
I swear when we looked at it last week it was like $99. It's like right at $100 was the MSRP.
It was $160 some on Hobby Link Japan because they're.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. When we looked at it last week, I remember seeing 99. It was like $99 was MSRP on that thing. So I'm guessing these are tariff prices.
That's Big Bad Toy Store that they're not putting the tariff prices on. They're adding it when it comes in.
Okay. Well, then I don't know why, because I swear I remember thinking
They were adjusting the prices for tariff pricings. Then it's like, then they're like, we can't keep up with this. Plus two legal wise.
they're just going to add a surcharge at the end.
They just put in a surcharge at the end.
Yeah.
Another tax.
Basically, yeah.
So 120, I guess, is the retail. They probably adjusted it because things going on.
I won't buy it because if I was going to buy it, I would just replace the head with a Punisher head.
Dude, we were talking about that last week or whenever it was. It would make a great Punisher kit bash.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Little white paint, do the skull on the plate carrier on the front,
Mm-hmm.
and then just swap out a Frank Castle head on there, and that would make a great Punisher figure.
I do have that spare Frank Castle head from the War Journals 2-pack.
I got one from my Mezco. I got a couple of spare heads. So since we're since Jared left, let's look at some fun stuff today. Some customs that I found online that I thought were
Hurry
cool.
before Dad gets back.
Before Dad gets back. 1/18 scale customs.
Oh.
Big titty Cobra Trooper, I guess. I don't. But I mean, other than the big titty Cobra Trooper, you got RoboCop there. These are all 1/18 scale. Little customs. We got Vampirella. We got Lady Death. Wonder Woman. We got Savage Land Rogue. Lion-O. That looks pretty cool. I don't know who that is, but looks cool. And then more big titty Cobra Troopers. I don't know. But lots of cool stuff. There's some cool 1/18 scale customizers out there. A lot of it stems from the G.I. Joe customizers out there, but some cool stuff like that. This dude did his forget what the name of that suit is. The
all new, all different.
Yeah, well, it's the techno suit or whatever it is. But he took the standard 185 Mafex and did like the glowing eyes and the glowing chest and all that kind of stuff to do a custom. Did the metallic paint on it, and looks freaking sweet, man. He did a great job on this. It looks really good.
So that big titty Cobra reminded me of that Megatron Transformer when he gets tits.
Yeah,
Have you seen that YouTube video?
No.
It's in the private chat. It's a good one to watch.
But anyway, this is cool. I've got just a good old fashioned. When are we gonna? We need to get this in the modern body.
That's what that's the look I'm waiting for.
We just need a good classic Cyclops.
I'm willing to bet we'll get this in next wave of XB97 since
It's just a redeco. It's just a redeco of this with cuffed boots. Like that's all it
he
is.
was wearing this costume at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just waiting for this look because this is other than the Jim Lee design of Cyclops.
This is the classic 70s. Well. This is the classic 70s, 80s look up until he joined X Factor.
This is my preferred Cyclops.
This is the beginning of the Chris Claremont era look for Cyclops.
And I like the fact they're putting him on the Vulcan body now because Cyclops is 6'3". He's well built, and they always call him Slim because he's tall and slender.
Yep. And for some great customs and repaints here, somebody did Thor core.
Nice.
Lots of nice dry brushing and some metallics. We got a custom Ultimate Thor here. Nice setup there. Dude did good. Lots of nice shading on the Thor. Yeah. It's cool, man. It's a good work there. Mm-hmm. Somebody did a custom Husk as it should have been.
Yeah. Instead
of what we got, which is just like, okay, that's just human Husk. Like, this is cool. This is a much better. And I think this is one of those real like plastic crystal things that you get like Hobby Lobby or whatever. Sticking out the back of her head, but it works. It looks cool. So anyway, got this one here, Doc Samson. I like it. My issue is, and I was going to ask you this, Jared, he looks a little too short, and I always remember Doc Samson being
the base body is Maggot, which is using parts of the modern Thor. You get the Thor torso, not Thor, I'm sorry, Hercules. Modern Hercules, but he's got new arms, but it's using those old Hercules legs, the modern Hercules legs, which are undersized for that torso.
Yeah, he just looks too short and stubby. Like I mean, I like the figure.
Using the Thor head. It's a big head for that body.
Yeah.
If the head is too big, it can really throw off the proportions.
See, he's big.
Yeah.
But he's tall.
Yep.
Doc Samson's tall. This dude just doesn't look tall. I don't know. But I like the concept.
They need another in-between size body for characters like as much as good as the Hercules figure is, it really is too small for Hercules. Hercules and Thor should be the same height.
Yeah.
They should make another excuse. Give us use that excuse to pull up a new body. Give us the Hercules with the skirt and the kilt and the strapped legs, and engineer a new, slightly bigger body that's more it's not Colossus or Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth size. Something in between. We need an in between that. We need something in between Thor, something around the height of Thor, and maybe a little bulkier.
Yeah.
But it's good custom though.
This I saw, and the only thing that drove me crazy about this is he posts all these pictures, but doesn't show how he attached those arms. I feel like he probably just poked holes in it and shoved the pegs in there.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely. But still looks cool. I mean, it looks great. This is a good looking. I like the forearm custom. It looks really good.
So that would have been a fit too, where he's using the Hercules body, because it's a little bit bigger body.
Yeah. I think he just shoved the pegs in the back there. I'm not sure on that, but that's probably what he did. But either way, it's still a cool custom. This one, we got the dude did a custom. Isn't this how Rhino looked in one of the video games?
It kind of looks like the Rhino in the end of Amazing Spider-Man.
The armor, like an armored Rhino, I think it was a game. So
I feel like it was one of those Spider-Man games.
I recognize those gauntlets you're talking about, like goes along with your videos talking about what happened to McFarlane. Those are from that big Screech figure.
Oh yeah.
And it's a Marvel Select Hulkbuster with Creech forearms and hands.
Either way, it looks really cool. I like this a lot.
Yep.
I like the custom. Good job on that one.
Technically, OG Rhino, his suit is supposed to have abilities, but things. He is modified. He has been modified, but his suit didn't part of it originally.
Yeah. This was just a fun kit bash that I saw somebody throw together. Kind of I think it's a little too much, honestly, in my opinion. Like there's too much going on the shoulders with the crystals and stuff. Like if it was me, I would have left all this stuff off. Just had the fur.
It's supposed to be his look similar to the Cabal, when Loki's in the Cabal with Norman Osborn, Dr. Doom, and Taskmaster.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is I think there's too much going on here.
Yeah.
I like everything about it except that he's got like two. It's like you got the fur shoulder pads and then you got the crystals and the other stuff. Like I think this figure would look better if this stuff wasn't on the ends there. But I know this is a simple kit bash. Like there's not a lot of custom stuff here. There's no custom stuff. It's just a kit bash. But it's a good kit bash. I like this. This is a cool looking Loki. I dig it. This one just looks awesome. Somebody did a Amalgam Comics Speed Demon, and did a great job with the what you call it. I don't know if they used the AIM Soldier or they used the Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord, or which one they used, but they used that body to do this, and I'm assuming this is a custom 3D printed head. Not sure where that. Anyway, really cool. Love the texture on the suit. Love what they did with the colors. Great looking custom.
That's the Ghost Rider body.
Well, again, it's all the same body. Whether it's the AIM Soldier, the Ghost Rider, the Star-Lord, it's all the same body.
Yeah,
it's all the exact same body. They use this body multiple times. Either way, whichever version of that body they used looks good. That's a great looking Speed Demon. Got this one here. Somebody did the video game kind of cross. I mean, it's a little bit Ultimate Lizard and video game Lizard, I guess. I don't know. They said it's just the video game Lizard, but it looks like it's got some hints of the Ultimate version as well.
That Rhino from earlier is the one from the PS4, Miles Morales.
Okay, I knew it was from a game. Okay. But this Lizard's great. And dude, I wish Hasbro would do something like this.
Yeah.
That
would be a good base for to use that Gamer vs. Abomination body for.
Yeah. That's right there. This one here, somebody did what was this line? Was New X-Men, I think. The New X-Men uniforms from Frank Quietly, when Frank Quietly did all the artwork from that New X-Men run. Somebody did a Jean Grey from New X-Men. A lot of sculpt work here. Looks fantastic. That finished stuff looks great. We've got. Why have I not thought of this yet?
Good use for Christmas.
Well,
perfect.
I hate to say it, but it's that time of night for me to go. Got to get ready to lock up and stuff. Sorry, I got busy again, but hopefully we'll see each other next time.
All right, Quinn. Did we ever get?
Why had I not thought of it? This is that Crystar body is the perfect base for freaking. I was about to call him Captain Power. Jesus
Captain
Christ.
Planet.
Captain Planet. It really is.
Did we ever get a Marvel Legends of Rhodey after his change to Don Cheadle?
There you go. Yeah, put a Don
Cheadle.
Cheadle.
I need a Don Cheadle Captain Planet like yesterday.
I'm telling you, dude. How perfect is that?
In the trees.
How perfect is that? That's great. I mean, it's a little unrefined. Jared, I think you could do a much better custom off of this than this one. I think you should do that. I want to see you do a Captain Planet custom off the Crystar body.
I never liked Captain Planet.
I don't care if you I don't give a crap about Captain Planet either, but this thing looks awesome.
You could beat Captain Planet by peeing on him.
Yes, I'm just saying, this is a cool custom. Come on. All right, whatever.
The Don Cheadle Captain Planet probably gets off on that sort of thing, though.
Yeah.
All right, somebody did a custom 3D 1/12 scale Batman v Superman Batwing. It's unfinished. I'm hoping he posts some more pictures when he gets it all done. But that's awesome looking. Love to have that thing hanging from my ceiling. And then the pièce de résistance that I found this week was the 1/12 scale Republic shuttle. Or was it? Yeah, it was the Republic shuttle. So this is Black Series scale that somebody put together. It needs a little work on the paint, but full cockpit, everything looks awesome. I love this. Come on, Sith. Tell me you wouldn't love to have that thing.
I would love to have it, except I would hate to have to find a place for it.
No shit, right? Like it's huge.
Like I have like.
Look at this. There's a dude who made it.
I want to make vroom vroom.
I have a 1/12 scale First Order TIE fighter, and it's
actually, as I'm looking at it, it's not that big.
So I have like 10 or 15 Lego Star Wars ships and sets. I don't have them displayed anywhere. They're in storage because I don't have room for them. That's like twice as bad.
Yeah. Well, either way, I like it. It looks cool. All right. That's all I have.
I felt bad trying to. I got the little Micro Machines Millennium Falcon back there. I really don't have a place for it. And the figures that come with that are that big.
All right.
We are getting the new SH Figure Arts Cell Saga Goku, which is way overdue. Getting a good, decent. The third-party companies have been like kicking SH Figure Arts ass on like Dragon Ball figures, so they think
Yeah.
should try to step up, improve their stuff.
And people are mixed. I posted a short of this on my channel, and people have been saying it's a 4.0, it's a 3.0. And I mean,
it's if you don't have a Super Saiyan Goku, and this is probably going to be the best one they're going to do, and it's only $30.
say Alpha says it's 4.0 body is what he says it is. Okay. Because of the new articulation range. But I mean, this is an improvement because if you're trying to find a Goku, especially third party, where they use this kind of body, good luck. You're going to pay almost $200 for. I know Beast Eaties
And
did
it's the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, so he's got the
because this is him in the Cell games when he goes against Cell. It's supposed to be him at full power.
perfected Super Saiyan, where him and Gohan stay Super Saiyan.
Yeah, Super Saiyan form. Yeah, because they did this. They already did this version before, but it was with the 2.0 body. I have that figure.
This does look like a big improvement.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely more muscular looking.
And we will get more. Go ahead.
It's for $30, man. You can't go wrong for that. You get better paint.
I will say the one thing I hate about Bandai and how they price their figures.
You get
Alpha-
crunch, that's always good.
Alpha would notice that, wouldn't he?
is how Goku, every version of Goku is usually around $30, $35.
Well,
But when they do new characters, they're always $80.
that's what kills me. Like they're $100, like the new character.
Yeah, because Nail, the new figure that came out, revealed not too long ago, he's $80. Yeah. So it's like, that don't make sense. Why would you charge? Like, Goku's the more popular character. He should be the expensive one, but they're charging way more. But I mean, I get why they probably wouldn't charge as much for Goku because they will reuse his body.
They're doing mass quantity over on Goku. They don't think people will buy as many as the supporting characters, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
I would, though.
Nails was in
That's why I said
4
most,
episodes.
not everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, too, of course, they can reuse the bodies over and over again. We see
They'll reissue Goku. He's one of those evergreen characters. They keep them out.
Yeah, King Collector's right. That Doctor's Row was over $100.
Yep. This went up for pre-order. We talked about this last week. He is up for pre-order. He's more of a deluxe class one, so he was like 25 instead of 20.
That's where they're popping it. That's where they're popping his neck. He popping his neck a little bit.
I like the Ultimate Head sculpt that we were talking about before. I got my order in on him, and this went up for pre-order as well. Your Fantastic Four She-Hulk. I'm kind of mixed. If I like this ponytail head, I like the ponytail, but I'm not sure I'm sold on the expression on her face.
It's like a cocky, arrogant smile, like a confident look is what I'm picking. It's like she's looking like she's very confident in her abilities. So
I don't see cocky on that.
I see confident. I said confident, not cocky. Confident. I first said cocky. I know. I meant confident, not cocky.
You just said I didn't say cocky.
I didn't mean cocky. I meant confident. Sorry.
Yeah, I like the smiling head better.
I mean, I'm glad she lives.
I wish this face had this ponytail head, which I almost be tempted to see if I can swap the hair.
You probably could. I know somebody did a customizing and he was able to swap.
Oh, the problem is that there's probably
glue
all on the side of the head with the ears and stuff with that big hair. So,
yeah.
But I liked it. I ordered it.
I see they haven't. I see whenever they reveal it, they didn't fix the discoloration joint parts.
This to me seems dumb. We're doing
Go Sports Team.
No, it ain't dumb. You'll buy one. You'll buy one of your favorite team, Jared.
I don't like
Go Sports Team. Yay!
You ain't gonna buy one.
Football. I don't like football. Which
I would buy it.
Sports fans feel the same way.
I'd buy it if it was baseball teams. I'd probably buy it, but since football, I don't care.
I mean, okay, so most of the people that collect Transformers were probably bullied by the people who watched football. So, like, what is going on here?
If it was baseball, I'd be buying them.
I'm the exception. I was big enough where I bullied the football players. Well, I would stop them from bullying other kids.
My favorite sport is the one where the team has the ball and the other team wants the ball. This team wants to score on that team, but this team has to stop that one from scoring.
I was bigger than most of the football players, so when I see them trying to bully other kids, I'd stop them.
Real life superhero.
And one of them, they were tying a rope around one kid one time. I saw him. They was going to try to jerk his legs out underneath him. I just walked up there. I was wearing like my biker leather and my leather boots. And I just walked over and stepped on the rope and just looked at them. They dropped the rope and they took off. That's the point. The Yellow Park's got some more figures coming out. I like these kits, but where they're not in scale, that bugs me. Because Bumblebee should be like this tall down here. When you make Bumblebee big, he looks like a linebacker because the squat proportions. You can't do that. But they're fun kits. I put those ones together on the set. They look great too. Like if they just makes, that's what gets me. Like if somebody does like an action figure line of Transformers that don't transform, I want them in scale. That's scale is one of those things where things need to be in scale with one another. That's one of the things I don't like about McFarlane. None of his stuff is in scale for each other. Mm-hmm. The female figures are bigger than his male figures. And it's from the get-go. Like that animated Harley Quinn was bigger than the Batman and Superman that came out the same way.
Yes. My favorite McFarlane figure is still, I don't have it anymore, but the Cassandra Cain Batgirl. And she was as tall as Superman. It's like, okay.
Well, that's one of the things I got with even the Masterpiece Transformers stuff in scale. And that's one thing I like about these new mainline Transformers. They try to keep these pretty well in scale. But they need to look relationship where they look into their fictional media or they pulled from to be the right size. If they're not, that bugs the living daylights out of me. That's one of the things that got me into customizing too. Make my own.
Someone bought that Cassandra Cain Batgirl for me for $70.
Wow.
I was like, I love it, but I love $70 a whole lot more.
This is new. I think it's a Japanese kitty line. They're gonna minor type things. I have no idea what's going on. I have been keeping up with modern. I collect the adult collector things for the Transformers. Transformers, they have so many different lines now, like for like different age groups of collectors. Transformers is Hasbro's bread and butter. They've been making them for 40 years, and it's the longest lasting brand.
Helmet looks pretty good.
Fans Hobby is doing another vehicle. We got they did the G.I. Joe Sky Eagle, or what they call it. Or now we're doing like the Cobra helicopter with extra pieces. Like the original G.I. Joe vehicle didn't have a canopy, so they make extra pieces so it's not infringement. So I don't get the cease and desist again.
It looks good, man. It looks real good.
They make some great stuff. They do Masterpiece Transformers, so they're getting into 1/12 scale vehicles for G.I. Joe. So they make quality products. So I have no doubt this is going to be a great piece.
Dude, the green one kind of looks like a Hornet from Halo.
Mm-hmm. And you can reconfigure this to look like some kind of, I think it's a G.I. Joe vehicle. It's not meant to be that, but you can make it look like a G.I. Joe vehicle.
It's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
it's all coincidence.
Sheer coincidence.
But they did make it, like everybody else, they're making announcements because the tariff stuff. They're going to, the smart thing to do, they're going to put a hold on orders to the U.S. right now. So they can get things get figured out. Not panic and just put a hold. Gives them more time to do some research development, work on their figures like because they're doing that G2 Megatron we looked at a while back. And it's going to have motorized lights and motorized propeller. All looks good. We got some stuff from Mama B.
I'm late.
Oh.
I just realized what time it was. I gotta go, guys.
Oh.
Bye.
See you, Matt. We're about to wrap up here in a minute. King Toys, they do these stylized like combiners, and they're doing like Dinobots right now. They look really cool. Probably like 5-10 years ago, I've been all over this stuff, but I've gotten more selective on like running out of room type thing. I would have been all over this because I love Dinobots. Dinobot combiner, yes please, most of the time. But it looks cool. I like them. They're really nice pieces. They're very cool, like unique take on the Dinobots. This, I have no idea what this is. Mecha Labo Shogun limited edition Mecha. Looks cool.
Supposed to be like a Megazord?
No.
It's got a Gundam look to it.
It's like a power. It's like some Saban or Power Rangers Hasbro would make.
Well, there's stuff. Mechas predate Power Rangers.
I know. It looks like something that belonged in Power Rangers. Is why I mentioned it. It looked like you can see something in there.
Go Shogun limited edition.
I don't know. It looks like a Transformer
Now
or
here,
robot. Or
this is Power Rangers right here.
Yep, the Dragon Zord.
Zord.
Dragon Zord. Oh, it even got the parts to make it in a Megazord mode. It's awesome. Get this
Cool.
cost an arm and a leg. Oh,
Take wagers. What's it going to cost?
I don't know. $100.
300. 300 bucks. How big is it?
200.
Don't know. We'll find out.
If it's like decent scale, it's gonna be like 300 bucks.
We don't know price.
Alpha says 500.
It could be. Well, there's no price yet, so just
Okay.
So I win. It was 300 bucks.
it's $1. It costs $1.
I'd buy that for
Only.
$1.
King Collector's got a question though.
Is Super 7 on hold on orders too? That to me, Tiamont was supposed to come out this month. They did make an announcement. They're going to start charging an 8%. They're going to do an 8% increase on their figures, which is insane to me because their stuff is already overpriced.
Yeah, with the tariffs, their stuff's gonna be like almost normal.
If they didn't raise but they're raising their prices
Right.
another 8%, and so they would have been normal pricing if they didn't. Because they way overcharged for their stuff. I don't know if it's on hold or not. I haven't heard anything about them being on hold, but this is at the same time like they got the HasLab one that funded. We get the Lyle Kaiser Iron Factor team. These are smaller, like Legends class figures. These things are great, especially if you like limit room. They're like little mini masterpiece figures. Always like those. This company is making a third party. We looked at this before. It's Masterpiece Scorponok for Beast Wars. And if you get this, there's no point, even if Takara makes one, there's no point getting one because this thing's perfect. Get you some kind of what this is.
A model
Rabbit
kit?
Girl.
Mecha rabbit girl with a shotgun with a rifle.
Is that a Figma or a model kit? Looks like a model kit.
It's snail shell. It's a figure.
Okay.
These snail shells are like these weird, like skippy clad figures.
Sort of like copies of Figma figures, basically.
They're targeting a specific demographic.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know, so I know they do the figures like that, but model kits. But that's all I really, or Figma.
5K Toys, we got some better pictures of the not.
The Kraken Crime Buster.
Got all soft goods, like a import style, like the seat, like the Siemens body, those bodies that you blank bodies you can buy, make customs out of. They're meant for like to have soft goods over.
That shirt looks like it lays very well.
It looks like it looks like the shirt is tailored really well for the torso.
Like when it's like folded over, or like when he's hunched over, it looks right.
Yep.
It doesn't.
natural.
Yeah.
It's a good material, whatever it is. The material is it moves well for such a small scale. It's a problem with soft goods. Picking the right material, then have it not move like realistically toward the scale.
Like Black Series, their robes are always like stiff and like they clearly were not. They just scaled down the size. They didn't like make it fit right.
I don't know how I feel about the head sculpt though. I'm sure it's mimicking a certain art style, like, but I don't know.
I dig it.
I don't think it invokes Frank Castle to me as much.
No. Looks like Wolfenstein.
Are these the Joy Toys? I don't say. We're getting a solid snake. Kraken snake, I'm sorry.
Oh, Kraken. Is he related to the Kraken Crime Buster?
I guess they're going to do like all kinds of different Krakens. The butt Kraken. Toys. And these things just look so cool. We've looked at them before. Every time I see it though, it's like, that's awesome. They're expensive too. Very nice though. That reminds me of Tusk from Solo Leveling. I think that is pretty much all we got. Get some customs from Figure Realm. Somebody made Wesley's Knight's Blade.
Only ever been one blade. Only ever gonna be one blade.
Actually, the Disney Plus series Hawkeye lower body. I think those are G.I. Joe classified arms. Yeah. Original Toy Biz blade torso. 3D printed heads.
I like that Wolverine.
Yep.
That might be the Wolverine we get with the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie wave we're supposed to begin with Cassandra Nova. Hopefully.
Be cool.
Or it could be finally what people want Wolverine with the no sleeves.
I would be disappointed if it was just the same Wolverine with no sleeves. That would be awful.
Hopefully they do some weathering to it or something, and not just do the sleeveless Wolverine clean suit. It needs to be weathered.
Because we were talking about how those figures, they feel like how when Hasbro used to catch up Marvel, they would always release concept art of figures of what they're supposed to look like, and then after the movie came out, they would release what they actually look like.
Where is Omni-Man? Where is he?
Omni-Man.
I hope J Toys does not just make metallic cars and actually makes figures of Invincible.
That would be so sad, especially because like, what cars? We're gonna get robots hover bike.
Well,
The time-
they've done Power Rangers. They just like paired them up with a car and stuff. And
Please no.
Is that the Ultimate Colossus up there? Is that Ultimate or?
yeah, Ultimate Colossus built on
There- That was on the leak list too. That him and Kitty Pryde would come in a 2-pack as well. To go with Astonish, Wolverine, and Cyclops, and Emma Frost.
He's done like a bunch of Ultimate customs to go with it.
We actually don't have an Ultimate Wolverine yet.
I thought that black suit was Ultimate Wolverine.
That is Extreme Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
It's similar, but
Okay.
the stripes are different. The costume is like
Okay,
a
okay.
little bit different. That's
Okay.
Extreme.
Or it might have been Astonishing that was on the leak list. Colossus and Kitty Pryde. I can't remember what it was. Let me look.
It would take like 10 minutes to turn that into Ultimate.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be an Astonishing X-Men 2-pack of Colossus and Kitty Pryde. So it'll be their Astonishing verse to go with your Wolverine, Cyclops, and Emma Frost. And we're supposed to get Blade, X-23, Cowboy Deadpool, Wolverine, Cassandra Nova for Deadpool Wolverine Wave.
Yeah, we'll see.
If the brown suit gets, if we get that one, I'll buy it. But otherwise, I probably won't buy any of them. I don't really go for the live action stuff.
I'm looking more forward to the Secret Wars 2 wave if that's what's happening. Wave 2, because it's Constrictor, Falcon, Daredevil, another Spider-Man, Absorb Man, and then an unknown 6th figure. So,
For live action, I've got the 3 Spider-Men. I do have the final swing suit, Doc Ock, and Deadpool.
So here's a question for you.
mhm.
This custom ponders that question. When Jada finishes up Street Fighter 2, you think they'll venture into the other Street Fighter games?
They might, but I don't see them doing the one that Storm Collectibles is doing right now, which is Alpha 3, Street Fighter 3 Alpha.
Mm.
I don't see them doing 3. They might skip and do Street Fighter 4. But the problem is, as you go deeper into the games, you have to add more detail to the figures to really bring them out.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 had more stylized characters. That's what they were going for with the Street Fighter
Yeah.
figures.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the roster, if
When
they
you
do
compare, like when you're comparing Jada versus the Storm Collectibles, it's apples and oranges because it's two different styles or genres. That would be nice if Jada did Mortal Kombat.
But McFarlane still has the license because he's
But
releasing.
he's doing 7-inch figures.
He is.
You can have multiple license holders on most properties.
What I'm afraid of with him doing the classic Mortal Kombat figures, Jada Toys, other companies is only able to do the modern version of the characters,
He said he likes Street Fighter 6 looks.
and that's got a bigger roster too. Street Fighter 6. It's got a pretty good size roster, so maybe.
Who would be a good buck for like a black suited look for like a custom Cecil?
Mm-hmm. Never seen Jada do realistic people. No, they don't really do actual people. Not really. Most of their stuff has been serial or cartoon characters, and then cards.
Yeah, they're cyberpunk based on the anime.
Yeah, but they've never done like real people.
We don't know yet. Then be
We'll
curious to see what they can do. Cecil from Invincible.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'd be curious if they're going to go comic book style or cartoon style. If they do figures, I want to see comic book style.
I would be happy with comic book style since I already got cartoon version.
Yeah, if they go comic book style, you would get the actual original characters too, instead of like the race and gender swap versions too.
But then too, if you do,
it's fine for the show, but we've seen what happens when you go to cartoon style with the Invincible.
With the Diamond Select,
they look terrible.
I don't like the Diamond Select Invincible. It looks awful.
They're too stylized.
You can't, at least in the pictures, you can't tell where his face starts and the yellow mask ends. Like it looks like.
Well, too, my Omni-Man figure, while I was posing around, his neck peg broke. Like it just snapped apart while I was messing with it. So they're not good figures at all.
Yeah. Diesel from Invincible looked the OG suit bodies that from Marvel Legends did. I'm not a fan of those too well because they're real scrawny. Plus, they got those rounded feet.
Yeah,
feet are round on the bottom, so they're hard to stand. If the Rose body would be a good body for it, maybe dye or paint the parts.
Yeah,
it's a little bit bigger than that body, but not as big as Happy.
I mean, I don't usually snap necks, Alpha, but it's one of the very few.
Well, which character was it? Was it Invincible himself? You killed Invincible?
No, it was Omni-Man.
You killed Omni-Man?
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's not. He's gone.
Where is Omni-Man?
It was his neck peg that snapped.
Fatality.
Should have been Immortals.
Mm-hmm.
At least that would have made sense. Immortal could fight Yamcha and they would both die.
I'm trying to get a Yamcha
figure.
The
Immortal is the Yamcha of the Invincible universe.
I'm trying to get a Yamcha figure arts, but you try getting one, you're paying over $150, and then you try getting the Saiyan Saga one.
Yamcha is unironically my favorite of the Z Warriors because he was the OG. He was the original villain.
Yeah,
like he was.
I haven't read it, but I've heard people talk about it. There is a manga of Yamcha about Yamcha, but it's a person from the real world that gets put into. It's like from another world, Isekai or whatever they call him. Isekai, and he's in Yamcha's body, and he knows everything about Dragon Ball, so he actually becomes the most powerful being in that universe.
Right. I think Yamcha could be like really powerful if he trained, but they just kind of turned him into a joke.
Oh, but since he's got that, it's great. At the time, I got reincarnated as Yamcha. There you go.
I'll have to look that up.
He takes all of his knowledge of being a fan of Dragon Ball and trains himself up to be the strongest.
If Krillin can level up to... Okay, so I like Dragon Ball Super. I watched it. It took me a weekend to do it.
All right, I gotta go, guys. I gotta be getting down to put these kids down to bed.
But the fact that Master Roshi was on like the level of the Tournament of Power is kind of hard to believe.
I'm on the Foosh Toys website, and they have nothing.
See you, JB.
Have a good one, JB.
You have to see.
Don't snap necks. They don't even have anything for sale. No, they got a skeleton. They got some skeleton. Nope, sold out. Everything's out of stock on the Foosh Toy website. So I guess they're not producing anything anymore. They don't even have shirts. They're swag. Nope, they got Black Ninjas. They got those for $20. And they got glow-in-the-dark skeletons. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No Robo, no Foosh. Yeah, I don't think the Ninja Scroll figures are happening. There's nothing on their site. You got, I don't know, I'll share my screen. I'll show you exactly what they got. These two things right here are the only thing to have. You can get this one for $20. And you get this glow-in-the-dark skeleton for $40.
That's a lot of heads.
Yep, comes with a lot of different head sculpts. Not bad. You get a lot for the $40. I bet glows the dark better than the McFarlane figure. This stuff don't glow in the dark. The regular skeletons are sold out.
Yeah, I had a question on this.
Mm-hmm.
On this guy, are these orange parts? They're like energy or some sort, or is that like? Do you know? I guess is that supposed to be like light lit up and light?
I think so.
Because I was thinking about taking some orange, either glow in the dark or like UV light, UV paint.
I haven't put them
Painted
together yet. I just torso out. So.
Well, I'm still missing his helmet and his backpack. I gotta find Nightcrawler, but I'm thinking some glow in the dark paint along here would be really easy and really make it pop quite a bit.
Yep, he definitely was the heart of the Foosh. Everybody thought he was the Foosh for a long time. I, myself included, until I was talking to my friend Harker, and Harker was the one telling me about it, thinking that Robo was an employee there. Which shocked everybody. They don't think they don't even do anything with the Foosh YouTube page anymore, do they? The Foosh. They have 199,000 subscribers, and that's all thanks to Robo. 1 year ago was the last thing they posted. Or 8 months ago. Elagoose Mars 5 Ultra. Some other dude doing videos on the Foosh. Robo's last one was a weekly a year ago. Talking about Red Sonja, that just come out. Then 8 months ago, they had some dude talking about a 3D printer. That's the last video they did.
Obviously, that worked out well for him.
They got 11,000 views in 8 months. When the Foosh videos usually got 100,000 views. Unless they were doing an interview with Ryan Flynn and they only got like 5,000 views. Super 7. All right, I think we're running out of topics to talk about. Now, Sunday is the 150th episode of Whip It Sunday.
Nice. I'll try and make it. I know I've missed the last few,
but should be a good one. Hopefully, get a few people stop by.
I gotta get back to working on Omni-Man back there. So
where is Omni-Man?
He's back there. Well, half of him. He's halfway.
Yellow shirt and where's Omni-Man? Where is he?
I love that video where he's just fighting the air and he still loses. Where is Zombie Man?
He keeps missing. It's like, where is he? He can't see.
And then at the end, he still gets knocked out.
Yeah. There's like a little video, like making fun of like where Mark always gets his ass kicked. It's like and then when he gets, and then Immortal hits him, it's like a little squeaky toy. And he just like destroys Immortal. The only person he kicks ass is Immortal's ass. I am disappointed though they didn't secure the rights to get Spawn in the last season.
Yeah.
When he fights that wolf guy, like, I've killed you before. That was supposed to be Spawn.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen Spawn. I would have liked to have seen Spider-Man. But, I understand.
Which, the Invincible Universe is funny too, though, that it exists in the Image Universe, and it kind of doesn't at the same time. They'd have cameos, but really, they have enough powerful characters within Image that would like give the Vulture Mites a run for their money.
Yep. Oh, but we did finally get to see like a half a glimpse of Tech Knight, so that was at least a step in the right direction.
I made the I got impatient with solo leveling, and I read the entire original manga online, and it's like, so I didn't need to wait a week. No, basically 2 weeks to I watched the subtitle in 2 weeks to watch the dubs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know everything is going to happen because I read the entire manga.
Oh no!
And they stayed pretty true to the manga.
Yeah.
Unlike other adaptions.
No, so he was in Dragon Ball Super in the Tournament of Power, and he lasted 3 times as long as Krillin did.
And in the manga, Master Roshi was even more of a badass. He was actually using a sub form of Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
He was giving Jiren trouble. Jiren couldn't hit Master Roshi.
I'm not upset that Master Roshi is powerful. I'm upset that Yamcha has gotten so left behind that he completely gave up fighting altogether.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But I think they are supposed to start back Super for too long.
I hope so. I went through watching all of Dragon Ball Super because I wanted to get that out of the way so that I could watch the new one. And then I get to the new one and I find out, oh, it's not a continuation. It's going backwards. It's going back between Buu Saga and Super. I don't want to watch a prequel now. I want to keep going.
Yeah. Well, they've been trying. They run out of material so fast when they do the adapting the manga, so they got to let it run for a while before we get the Granola arc and the Moro arc. I would assume if they go true, they'll probably do a movie. I wouldn't know if they'll do a Moro movie, then do it in the series. Moro is almost kind of almost like a Buu Saga.
Yeah.
Or Buu, or kind of a mix between Buu and Cell Saga. Because Buu has something to do, has a vital role in that, because where you absorb the Grand Kai from way back when, he's still in there somewhere. Grand Kai.
Yep.
The thing is, though, Buu don't have the Grand Kai magic. Boob does.
Yeah. King Lecter, I agree. And for the same reasons I've said, he's the original companion. I mean, he knew Goku before Roshi or Krillin, or the only one who beat him was Bulma. Yamcha was the OG.
Yep. It's a shame that they forgot about Launch too.
Man, I played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That's what got me back into Dragon Ball, and Launch was in it, like more than any of the shows. And it was like
when they were doing that storyline too with recruiting Tien for the Tournament of Power. They didn't need to introduce that new character. They should have just had Launch, because Launch was his love interest in the original series.
And that's how it was in the game Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That was like the running gag throughout the entire thing was Launch.
I don't know who got nerfed more, Yamcha or Tien. Tien was holding down Imperfect Cell. He wasn't hurting him, but he was immobilizing him.
Uh-huh.
And he broke Vegeta's neck.
Yeah.
And multiple Yakiko.
At least he got to be in the Tournament of Power and not give up fighting altogether.
They shrunk him too. He's nowhere near as jacked as he was.
I don't know. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know for sure, but there's always a chance Yamcha could get his day in the spotlight, but I feel like he's become too much of a joke character to break free of that anymore.
Yeah. Hopefully, though. Look.
What I did, as much as I don't like him being.
The problem is too, though. Yamcha's. People don't realize the passage of time with Dragon Ball 2. Those characters are getting old.
As much as I don't like Yamcha being the joke character, I did enjoy the baseball arc when he dies, and they're like, "Man, that looks familiar." I was like, "Okay, that was good." I did like that.
But with the Spirit, somebody broke it down to one time how old they are at the time. Like, with all the time that's spent in these time chambers, Goku and Vegeta, like they're in their 50s.
Yeah, I think it was said in one of the episodes that the Saiyans keep their youth until about 80.
Yeah, once they
start aging,
their prime, they stay in their physical prime for a long time.
But if we just be conservative and say Yamcha was 16 in Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, he's like in his almost 60s now. I mean, he looks pretty good for 60.
I don't think he's that old, because Goku and Vegeta, I think, are around with their spirit and times in the time chamber. Like, I think they're actually older than Yamcha now.
Yeah, but like his body is like, it's like 30 something years since.
They retconned Goku's age, and he wasn't sent as a baby; he's sent at age 3 now.
So it was like what? It's like 45, almost 50. Yamcha's 45, 50, somewhere around there.
Probably around my age.
He looks great for 45 to 50. I mean, maybe he's actually part Saiyan, just hides it because he doesn't look like he's aged much either.
Well, somebody did like a what if story, like before they found out like Goku was a Saiyan. They did this thing where like Krillin wished to be. I think it was Krillin that wished to be like Goku, so it made him Saiyan.
Yeah.
So he was 14, not 12 in the original series.
No, I thought he was like.
I don't like the. I don't like the retcon. I like it better. He came as a baby.
Yeah. Oh, what? How could they retcon that? We saw baby Goku.
Oh, there you go. That now the Granola arc. That's what he does. He actually uses the Dragon Balls on his planet to wish to be the strongest in the universe.
Yamcha does?
No, not Yamcha, but Granola, the character Granola. And he does make him more powerful. But when you make that wish, you are more powerful than the current strongest person in the universe at that time, but that person can get stronger. Toriyama changed it to Dragon Ball Minus and Dragon Ball Super movies, which my dogs I think need to go outside, so I think we're gonna call it tonight. Anyway, everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Sit for life.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, my friend. And we'll catch you next time.
Sounds good.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Ninja vanish.